Nation. Gabe.
Nick.
Did I put the name right? No, right?
I love it.
Oh,
I absolutely
man.
love it.
And we're here today to bring you guys another installment of
Cricket Tuesday.
Now, Nick, I'm super excited for this one. And I'll tell you why I'm super excited for this one.
Tell me why.
Because today we're going to be reacting to AB de Villiers, right? And AB de Villiers recently retired. And AB de Villiers, it's crazy. He's the kind of guy, I mean, he's practically the Derek Jeter of cricket. And what I mean by that is when Derek Jeter retired, all he got was love. Even that, that commercial we've talked about several times where you got Boston tipping their hat, the Mets tipping their hat, Mr. Met with the blurred out face tipping his hat. You know what I mean? It was so funny. But you go on Twitter when he retired finally from all, and everybody, even the enemies, even South Africa's, were all like, "Oh, what a classic!" You cannot have, and no one talks bad about this guy. This guy transcends cricket, and it gets to the point where you're so good. It's like I told you, I couldn't stand Jordan growing up in New York. Growing up as a Knick fan, we all had. You better not wear a pair of Jordans in the Bronx, cousin. But after he retired, you're like, dude, it was Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's very few people that mean that much to the game.
Yeah, I mean, we saw his Breakfast with Champions, and he seems like just such a competitive guy, but such a humble guy, not a quiet, but as far as quiet as not like being so boisterous and being all about him. And when you're in the game, the international game, the IPLs and whatnot, he was in the BBL for a few seasons. When you're in, a lot of different locker rooms with a lot of different players from around the world, if no one's got anything bad to say, it's because you carried yourself very respectfully. And I was going to ask you, what is something that you think of when you think of AB de Villiers? But you already answered that question. For me, because we came in, like everything else, we came into it late. We didn't even start watching cricket when he retired from the international or when he stopped playing internationally. He's recently retired from all formats. He's done. He kind of helps RCB. A discussion for a later time would be MS Dhoni recently said, I may play next year. I may play the next 5 years. I haven't decided yet. He's like, the IPL is not for several months. And I'm like, isn't the auction coming up, MSD? You got to make a decision, brother. So AB helped RCB with that kind of decision. But what do I think of when I think of our AB? We saw my IPL version. He's the guy that, let's say you like taking 6 wickets in the power play. Let's just say you've taken 6 wickets and you're feeling really good about yourself. We remember that game that we saw the highlights of where India took 3 wickets in the first over. I think it was a hat trick, the first 3 balls or something, or in the first over. And you're like, this game's over. And it wasn't. But he's that guy that until you take his wicket, it ain't over. Yogi Berra speaking from his grave, like it ain't over till it's over, brother. And it's not when ABD is still there because you've seen it. I've seen it. This guy puts the team on his back, and the opposing bowling side does not get excited to see tail enders until they know they've taken AB's wicket. That's what I think about. It ain't over. Like, legitimately, you have an actual 50% chance if this guy's still alive, even if you lose 6 wickets in the power play, because he's that dangerous.
Dude, you want to talk about dangerous? My memory of AB de Villiers, right, was me and Ozjod clowning you because it was RCB versus Rajasthan Royals. I remember like it was yesterday, bro, 2 years ago. And, bro, everybody gave up their wicket, all right? Kohli, gone. Who else was there? Philippe, I think, played that game. Gone. Everybody was gone, bro. And we're like, it's over. We're talking smack. You out of here, cousin. And all of a sudden, they're telling us in the chat, it's not over until AB. I'm like, they got to cover like 60 runs, like 58 runs in the death. He did 54 runs in 3 overs. That's when Udakat became, bro, he became part of the Sinister Six that day, bro. Because I'm like, what are you doing? He got pumped for like 24 runs in the over. I'm like, hit him, do something, throw a wide. Bro, it didn't matter. And it was 6 after 6 and 4. And I'm like, I'm sitting here watching this like, are you kidding me? The only other person I can remember that had a feat like that was Pollard that we've seen live. You know what I'm saying? When he went 6 for 6 and beat up Sri Lanka. And then, of course, when he beat up Ngidi for like 4, like it was like 4 6s and 2 4s. But when you see performances like that, Nick, it makes you angry when you're on the other side of it, when you're rooting against
Oh,
them.
but it's
But
so
then in
glorious when you're watching
hindsight,
it.
yeah, in hindsight, you're like, that was amazing. That was amazing. And it was. That was amazing, bro. But oh, it was brutal.
Absolutely. I just Googled what is so special about AB de Villiers as his career has officially came to an end. And it's interesting. A lot of these are really long, so I'm not going to read them all. But it just talks about his presence. It talks about how everyone, like you said, everyone likes him. Like, how can everyone like one guy, even if he's playing in your hometown, he's from the opposition? He's just that guy. This one guy says that he was brand new to cricket. He was at a match in India. Little did I know that a man named AB de Villiers will come, and many cheered him when he smashed a six off Reina, his first boundary. And then it just like kept going on, and the scoring got worse as far as India goes because ABD was out there. ABD smashed someone for 21 runs in an over. I mean, this guy is just out of control. ABD 76 off 65, 104 off 73. This guy, oh yeah, man of the match. So, I mean, it just goes on. And you look at his career numbers. Like I said, the last international he played was in 2018 in all formats. But it's crazy because this guy was less than 500 runs away from 10,000 in ODI. He was 8,700 in tests as far as runs. This guy has a high score of 278 in tests, 176 in ODI. And, oh, yeah, he's got himself 2 test wickets and 7 ODI wickets. I didn't even know this guy bowled, for crying out loud. This guy gets stumpings. This guy's fastest century at one point. This, which is a video we can't react to. We tried, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, they did not like that.
Immediately, they came after us.
This guy is, like you said, he's very likable. He's very, very good. He's very versatile. He can do everything. Another person on that thing also said he's an all-rounder. And I never thought about a bowler, but think about where he can play fielding-wise. And you can put him all over the batting order, for crying out loud, because this guy's that dangerous. So he's got a whole lot of fans, especially in India, especially in Bangalore. They love themselves some AB. It's got to be tough. I mean, tough for a lot of Bangalore fans that have been there way longer than I have. It's tough enough for me. But this guy's incredible. We're going to react to a video in tribute to him, not one that we created. This is about an incredible scoring that he got, 162 off 66 balls. And it doesn't really matter whether it's this performance or a different performance or even a performance where he got the lowest scoring, but he outlasted and he helped South Africa win. We're just going to pay tribute to him by watching this guy play. This is going to be a fast scoring, which can make me excited. Let us know your favorite memories of AB. Let us know the love, all that kind of stuff you have for AB de Villiers, the alien. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And Gabe, you ready for this video?
Absolutely.
All right. So let's get ourselves some ABD. And I'll be ready in. Little issues there. 3, 2, 1.
146 for 3 now, South Africa, and it's AB de Villiers walking in at number 5.
Of course it would be my West Indies.
I just saw that too.
The boundary. Quality.
Good quality video though. Oh, Jason Holder out there. And
Gets a
Bowling
bad
Man.
delivery. He can put it away. It's a low
He
full
almost
toss.
took off his head.
Gave himself a little bit of room.
So once they get about 20 balls, then they really start to sell. Oh yeah, watch out. You don't want that to touch your fingers.
Brilliantly played. AB de Villiers is
That's a high score, man. 223 going into the 38th over.
The universe boss.
De Villiers starting to find his
The
feet.
universe boss looked at that like, I'm supposed to feel that?
He's like, nah.
Little Solomon Ben.
Oh.
Sweet.
And he just got pumped.
Sweetly timed.
Solomon Ben, say it ain't so.
High quality batsman AB de Villiers. Nice shot, 4 more. This is a demolition of the.
Oh, look at Andres, Mr. T look right there. Jeez.
Bro, the last one was, there he goes. Offside, onside. Offside, onside. This guy can hit it anywhere.
Dude, this guy, it's the Mr. Miyagi approach. Wax on, wax off.
Oh, that's disrespectful.
That is nice.
Six.
And at times disbelief. It's a good catch, by the way.
Oh, Andre Russell.
Road 25
No, that's just regular sweep action, scoop sweep, something like that.
Little regular sweep. There you go.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot right there.
You know what that is?
That's like a baseball
Yes.
shot right there.
Comes up in staggering style. It's the
Wow, he
second
really
fastest
accelerated. He was
100
29
in
for
the history of the
22.
World Cup.
Next 30 balls, he got almost 70 runs.
Turned it on.
That is incredible. Well, that's absolutely outstanding batting by.
He's like, why don't you guys sit down? I got more to do.
Oh, wow.
It's
Oh.
raining boundaries.
He bounced away from a 6.
AB de Villiers' last 10 balls.
Look,
the strike
Look
And
at
he
where he
knew
put
what he
his
was doing
footwork.
already.
Yeah. Yeah, that was interesting.
Wow.
He knew he was
Good
going
night.
way off inside there. Oh, he likes that spot. He's feeling comfortable right there.
Wow.
They used to say there's no need to chase that.
It hurts. It hurts so bad.
What are you talking about? It's a great sight.
Keep nailing these.
Not for the West Indies.
Oh!
What a cracking stroke too.
Oh, boy. Bro, look at Jason. 1 for 88.
And he's just
Well, it is ODI.
thundering the thing around the park, isn't he?
I'm shocked Jason Holder wasn't on the couch with Dr. Gabe.
150 for AB de Villiers.
Oh.
Celebrations from all.
Hey, at least he got a wicket.
They've come out and
They didn't get too many wickets that day.
in this.
150. Oh!
Listen to the sound.
Yeah, that was a beautiful sound. I agree.
That is miles back. This is some of the
Nick, he's got a
cleanest ball
240 strike
striking the
rate.
game
That's
could
ridiculous.
surely have ever seen.
That's ridiculous.
Oh!
6 more.
Increase that. Look at that over!
It's an
4
extraordinary
sixes!
performance.
Wow.
That was
Holder
expensive.
getting pumped there. Look at
Man.
30 runs that over. Oh, my God.
Sydney Cricket Ground will stand and applaud.
Highest team total in Australia.
Jason Holder may hang his head, but really, there's no shame. He's a young man desperately trying to lead West Indies into a new era, but he's been in the face
So,
of an
it's
extraordinary
interesting that it's the
performance
highest
here
team
today.
total in Australia. One of this is like during a World Cup type situation. But regardless, I love when a batter is so comfortable and so set that they dictate what their shot's going to be before the bowler even releases it, and they just go on a 6 tear. There is nothing more fun for me. There's nothing more beautiful to watch. I mean, it's just poetry in motion, my friend. It's such a beautiful thing. And that's one of the things in the IPL, in cricket, that we're going to miss with Mr. AB, because, oh, man, was he a thing of beauty.
I would like to log and file a formal complaint, okay? CFA, that's
Yep.
right. CFA filing a formal complaint against CFA because way too many of these videos are my West Indies getting pumped. Dude, what's going
Not on
on?
purpose. Not on purpose. I can you guys know how petty I am. It's actually not on purpose.
Man, listen, we need to start pre-screening some videos because I'm like, what is going on over here? Oh, Solomon, Ben. I don't think, they all got pumped. They all got pumped. With that being said, as I'm watching this video, to your point, Nick, not only is he talented, but he's also a student of the game. He knew what the bowler wanted to do before the bowler did it. And as a wicket keeper, wicket keepers to me have an advantage because they deal with the bowling staff, their own bowling staff. So they know they can read those line and lefts a little bit better. On the same token, it's actually harder as a wicket keeper because it's a big toll on your body, right? You know what I'm saying? You're back there, you're crouching. And to see that he lasted as long as he did was a really, really impressive thing. And man, I was just thinking to myself, bro, the West Indies, bro, they just must have been thinking to themselves, stop the darn fight! Throw in the towel! Throw in the towel! What's going on?
Get away from him!
Get away from him! Oh, the humanity, man. And I think the last thought I want to share is that AB did something that very few people did, okay? And I don't know if you actually read on Twitter his tweet, Nick, when he said goodbye, but he goes out, and I just want to read you the tweet, right, from his official account. He says, "It's been an incredible journey, but I have decided to retire from all cricket. Ever since the backyard matches with my older brothers, I have played the game with pure enjoyment and unbridled enthusiasm. Now at the age of 37, the flame no longer burns so brightly." And I think that he really encompasses, like, listen, we have so much gas in the tank, right? We have so much. But when you know you're not that guy anymore, you don't want to disrespect your legacy. And, I remember the greats, right, going out on top. Jeter hitting a home run in his last game in Yankee Stadium in his last at bat. Okay, the Jordan, before the first retirement, he should have stuck to the first retirement. Hitting that 3 would have been great.
Wow.
You know what I mean? That's when guys, and I hate when an athlete stays along way, way too long, because then you don't want that being the lasting memory. You know what I'm saying, Nick? And what I'm thinking about is probably my favorite athlete of all time, Muhammad Ali. Bro, his last fight, bro, I think it was against Leon Spinks, bro. He looked sick. He was older. You could tell he was flabby, out of shape, and he took a beating in that ring. And you never want to see your heroes go out that way. So I'm glad that my last impression of ABD was still him having one of the highest strike rates, per ball on RCB, and still being that dangerous guy and not a guy that's a shell of himself. Does that make sense, Nick? And I think that, unfortunately, not enough athletes know when to step away.
They don't, but I don't mind when they don't, just because I like the fight. I love the fight in any kind of human being, the human spirit, that where we say, you know what, I got a little left in the tank. Now, he's being completely honest. I don't have a lot left in the tank as far as desire goes. And I really, really respect that of him being big enough to admit that, but also being like, hey, I don't know if I want to do. I remember Michael Strahan, one of my favorite athletes, even though he's a former Giant, not a team I root for. And this guy wasn't sure he was going to come back his final season. And if he did, he was not going to do the training camp because he had no desire. He hated the training camp. And he did come back eventually. And luckily for him, they won a Super Bowl. But he knew his time was done. And when you lose that desire, get away from this. Let someone else have that spot. Don't be like that legacy person where you're going to sell some tickets, but you don't want to be there. So that's what I really respect. And as an RCB fan, man, with Virat Kohli not being captain and with AB, I mean, it's a whole new time for RCB. It could be some lean years, which is going to make the last 2 years where they got to the playoffs and they choked in the first round all the more painful. But for all the RCB fans, I know I can speak for them by saying, AB, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all that you gave. He said he's an RCBian for life, which I absolutely love that. And, I mean, this guy, Bangalore, don't let this man pay for a drink. Don't let this man pay for a meal, because that's what he's earned, because this guy, he's fantastic and a great human being as well. Check out his interviews. Check out our reaction to Breakfast with Champions. I think it was on Boring Reviews. And you can see the kind of guy this was. But let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let us know what you want us to react to next time for Cricket Tuesday. And until next time.
That's 6 runs.